And when I walk, honestly, it kind of feels like my cervix is being stretched and like everything is stretching because the baby is right there and there's so much pressure. I am praying I make it to 37 weeks. Hello everybody, it's Delilah and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my 35-week pregnancy update. I have so much to talk about. I feel like I could go into labor any minute. I think there's crows outside our window and Winston is very interested. But I've got a lot to talk about, so I feel like this could be a very chatty, long video, so get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee, and let's talk about pregnancy. According to the Pregnancy Plus app, this is what baby looks like right now. And this week it says your baby weighs about 6 pounds and will gain approximately 1/2 of a pound per week from now until birth. I feel like that weight varies a lot depending on the baby. Eloise was born at 38 weeks and she was only 6'4", so I don't think this baby is 6 pounds quite yet. The protective fat layer will make up about 15% of your baby's weight at birth. Your baby's cheeks are developing fat. The cheek muscles are also developing, creating that lovely chubby appearance. Your baby is probably sleeping about 90% of the time. I find that hard to believe too because this baby is still really active. Okay, I'm gonna start with talking about my last doctor's appointment, which was last week, at the beginning of last week. So at that appointment, I had gained about 20 pounds and I think I've been staying around that 20-pound weight gain ever since then. I don't think it's really increased a whole lot. She listened to the heartbeat for a really long time just to kind of hear how it was doing. And she said the baseline, or I'm not sure the specific word she used, but something like the baseline was 128 beats per minute. And then you could hear it accelerate up to the 150s and then back down to 128 and then back up and then back down, which she said is really good. It's a really good sign of a strong heartbeat. I was telling her how I had felt a shift in the baby. Like I felt like the baby had just kind of moved down lower, more into position. I couldn't really explain why I felt that way. Something just felt different. Like literally I woke up one morning and something just felt really different. So I told her about that and I said I've been feeling kind of crampy here and there, and so she checked me just to make sure like everything was okay. My cervix is still closed at that point. I'm really curious to know if I've actually dilated since then because I feel like I probably have. Anyways, my cervix was closed, but she said it was very soft and baby is really low. So I wasn't crazy for thinking that baby had moved. Baby is definitely low and in position. She said baby was at -1 station last Tuesday, so the last time I went. I'm definitely feeling like baby has moved even lower since then, which I'll get into all of that in just a little bit, but I feel like things could be happening sooner than later, as I've been saying like this entire pregnancy. I just feel like something's gonna happen for sure before Easter. Who knows? I could be totally wrong. My doctor says she's seen people like me at this stage and they don't have their baby until their due date or past their due date. So you never know, but I really think it's gonna happen sooner. My next appointment will be at 36 weeks. It is on Monday, April 1st. And then after that, I'm gonna have an appointment weekly from there on out. I think I'm gonna feel a lot more at ease after the next appointment because at the next appointment, I get my hospital papers that kind of inform the nurses and everybody what I want for my birth. Like I kind of fill out my birth plan and if I want to pay for a private room or if I'm okay with being put in a public room and things like that. That's what I have to fill out on this paper. So I'm really hoping I make it to the next appointment so that I can fill out that paper so that we don't have to try and do all of that paperwork at the hospital while I'm in labor. At the next appointment, I also get tested for strep B, which I'm not totally clear on what it is exactly. All I know is that I don't want to have it because there's like more risk of infection for the baby. It's something that all women have from time to time, and it doesn't affect us as women. It's not something that's harmful or that we would ever notice, but it can be harmful for the baby. So normally it's not a big deal. When you're in labor, you just get like something extra put into your IV a certain amount of time before the baby is born and it's no big deal. But for me, because my labor the first time was so fast, there would be no time for that. So just really hoping I don't have it. Okay, now I'm gonna go into my symptoms, what I've been feeling. The list is long. The movements have definitely gotten higher. Like literally, I think it was the day after my appointment. I woke up the next morning and my ribs just felt so bruised. So bruised. Overnight, the baby had just moved into a position where it was kicking me in the ribs all night long. Like my ribs are sore. They are really sore and I've gotten some really painful jabs to the ribs since then. So baby is definitely head down and definitely in position. I've talked about having varicose veins throughout this whole pregnancy. I haven't really noticed them lately, honestly, because of all the other aches and pains that I've been feeling and just worrying that labor is closer than I want it to be. Varicose veins are still there and everything. I just really haven't noticed them as much. I've been quite tired lately. I haven't been sleeping the best. It's really uncomfortable for me to sleep at night, and tossing and turning is really painful down there in like my pelvic region, and my mind is just constantly thinking about the birth and what could happen and all the what ifs, and it's just really hard to get a proper night's rest and to stop thinking about that and to just sleep. So I haven't been sleeping the best, and I'm just kind of tired overall. I mean, growing a human takes a lot of energy out of you. I've been pretty tired lately, and I've had very little motivation to do much, but I'm trying to push myself because I want to get as much done as I possibly can before the baby comes, and I definitely want to continue to document my belly up until the very end, because if I don't, I know I'm going to regret it. Trying to soak in as much of this as I can because I know I'm going to miss the stage of pregnancy. The cravings have been a little bit different this past week. In the past, I've been craving a lot of pineapple, but now it's kind of moved to oranges because the pineapples just aren't that great here. I mean, we live in Saskatchewan. We're not anywhere close to a tropical place that will grow a good pineapple, so we don't get the best produce here. So I've been really enjoying oranges instead. Oranges, and I'm still loving iced tea. Iced tea has been like my favorite thing this whole pregnancy. My gums and my teeth are still pretty sensitive and still bleeding. It's just something that happens with pregnancy for me anyways. Still been having a lot of discharge as usual. And at this point, I honestly have no idea if I've lost my mucus plug or not. Discharge is just so thick. I feel like I could have lost my mucus plug and I would never even know. I've been having sciatic pain. I think I mentioned this in my last update. It's not something that happens very frequently, but in the evenings especially is kind of where I get my most uncomfortable. It's the end of the day. I've been moving around and I'm tired. My body is tired, and all the aches and pains really start to come out. So if I'm sitting down or in one position for too long, standing or sitting, I will definitely get some sciatic pain, and I have to like try and stretch it out, massage it out. It's not fun, but it's not something that I deal with too often, so it's not the biggest deal ever. If I move around too much, I will start to feel a bit crampy, which scares me a little bit because that could be the beginning of contractions. So I'm really trying to take it easy. Like, I'm really trying to take it easy. The doctor also told me I need to rest more. I can't move so much. Not until I'm at least 37 weeks, until I'm full term. But then I can start walking around because I won't be so worried about inducing labor too early. But there's been cases where we've gone for like a 10-minute walk outside because it's so nice outside lately. Spring is here, the snow is melting, and we're just wanting to take advantage of the nice weather while we can. So we've been going for walks every once in a while, and if I walk too fast or walk too long, I get crampy. So as much as I really want to get outside and walk around and do things, I'm really trying to take it easy, and having my husband at home has made that so much easier. I don't have to chase down Eloise constantly. Like, I can let him do some of the stuff for me that I would normally have to do myself. It's been such a blessing having him at home, even though he is laid off and he doesn't have a job right now. We don't have the income that we would like to be having right now. It's still just so nice to have him here. Okay, one of the biggest things in the past couple of weeks has been the lightning crotch. It has been so painful and constant. I've been experiencing it mostly at night, often when I'm trying to fall asleep. I think it's just like the baby's twisting its head around down there and touching something that it shouldn't be touching, and it hurts. I remember experiencing this a lot in the last few weeks with Eloise. It's a very familiar feeling to me, and I've been feeling a lot of it lately. If you don't know what lightning crotch is, it's basically like a really sudden, sharp shooting pain down there, like really low down there, and it just kind of, it catches you off guard. It's so strong and so sudden, but it doesn't last long. It's like a really quick, sharp shooting pain, and it's not fun. The morning sickness has continued right up until the stage of pregnancy. I am so sick and tired of feeling sick. All these other aches and pains, I honestly don't care about. It's the morning sickness that makes me so ready to be done with this pregnancy. If I wasn't having any morning sickness, I would be fine. Like, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't mind having to relax a little bit more, and I wouldn't mind having all these aches and pains. You know, every time I walk, it's painful. But I wouldn't mind that. It's just the fact that I feel so sick sometimes. And I've noticed it seems to be worse on mornings where I don't get much sleep the night before, and also if I don't eat a big enough breakfast. So I'm really, really trying to get as much sleep as I can, and I'm really trying to eat big breakfast in the morning, like lots of carbs and proteins. I'm just really trying to pack in there so I don't get sick. And sometimes it's just nothing will prevent it. It's gonna come no matter what, and then I am just like, I'm done for the morning and I can't hardly move. And Zach just like has to take Eloise, and he's been really great about it and has been letting me just lie in bed. I get so tired when I get sick too, so sometimes it's really hard for me to keep my eyes open and I can hardly function. So having him here to take care of Eloise has been so nice. That is the thing I'm looking forward to most about having this baby, to be perfectly honest, is just not being sick anymore. All right, let's talk about let's talk about the baby's position. The baby is so low, but it's in such an interesting position because at this point when I was pregnant with Eloise, she was really, really low, but she was also really, really high at the same time. Like, I carried her really far in, and she was squishing my lungs so much I couldn't even take in a full breath, and yet she was really low at the same time. With this baby, I can still fully take in a big breath, no problem. I do get short of breath quite easily, but it's not like I can't take in a full breath, which has been nice. It's a really panicky feeling when you can't fully fill your lungs. So I'm carrying this baby a lot farther out, which is very clearly visible when you compare my two pregnancies. My bellies look 100% different, and you can clearly tell that this baby has dropped as well. But even though this baby is so low and I'm feeling that lightning crush all the time, and when I walk, honestly, it kind of feels like my cervix is being stretched and like everything is stretching because the baby is right there and there's so much pressure. I'm feeling all of this pressure, and yet I don't have to pee frequently. I don't know why, but I am so thankful. Honestly, I rarely get up at night to go pee, and only on occasion do I feel baby like bouncing on my bladder. I don't understand how that works or how baby's positioned in there, but I am thankful that I don't have to pee very much. Basically, in the last few days, especially today, it kind of just feels like there's a bowling ball just sitting there, just waiting to come out. And it feels like if I were to poop too hard, the baby would just come flying out. Or if I were to spread my legs too wide, like take a really big step, feels like baby would just come out. And it's getting more painful to walk. We were actually grocery shopping this morning and it was hard. I probably shouldn't have even been going grocery shopping, honestly. I should have been in bed. But it was quite painful just to walk around. Oh, and it really just feels like labor is getting really close. Funny story, actually. I experienced so much deja vu this morning because on the day that I'm filming this, I'm 35 weeks and 2 days pregnant. The way that I'm feeling today is exactly the same way I felt with Eloise when I was, I think, 38 weeks. It just feels like baby is so low and it hurts to walk and there's lots of pressure down there. On that same day, we went to the same mall that we went to today, which first of all felt really weird. Felt like Eloise's pregnancy all over again. And secondly, we actually went to get my wedding ring cleaned today, and they noticed that a diamond was loose, so they had to send it in, and it probably won't come back until, I think they said they're estimating April 12th it'll come back in. Literally the exact same thing happened with Eloise when I was pregnant with her. When I was 38 weeks with her, a diamond had fallen out, so we had to go in and we had to get it sent in to get replaced. And I remember thinking when I was pregnant with Eloise that, oh, that kind of sucks because I might not have my ring for when the baby's born and when we have our newborn photos. Literally the exact same thing this time. It is so weird. It is complete deja vu. Super random, but that was what I experienced today. I think I'm gonna wrap up this video here. My butt and my bones are aching so much from sitting on this stool right now. I've been sitting on a pillow lately. Like if I'm sitting on a hard surface, I sit on a pillow because things are hurting. Before I do my belly shot, I want to ask you guys to comment your predictions down below of what you think this baby's gonna be, what day you think it's gonna be born, how much it's gonna weigh, and how long you think it's gonna be. Someone commented this on one of my videos, like their predictions, and I thought that was really fun. I don't know, I just think it'd be a fun little thing for us to do. I want to see what you guys think. Do you think this baby's gonna be born early or not? Do you think it's gonna be big or small? Do you think it's gonna be a boy or girl? I'm really curious to know what you guys think. So comment down below your predictions. My prediction is that it's gonna be a boy. I think it's gonna be born around like mid-April. So I'm just gonna take a random guess. I'm gonna say April 12th. I think it's gonna be born at night. So I'm gonna say April 12th at like 5 in the morning. And I'm gonna say the baby's gonna be about 6 or 7 pounds. Let's go with 6'9". 6'9" and 19 inches. Those are my predictions. So comment down below what you guys think. And with that, I will do the belly shot. All right, this is the front of the belly. This is the side. Baby is very, very low. Every time I look down at my belly, it looks a little bit lopsided because baby's always in a different position, like sticking its butt out or something. Also, I don't know if you can really tell, this redness is just from my belly ring. But my belly button looks like it's really, really flat right now, and it almost looks like it might pop out a little bit. There's no stretch marks yet, but I know that could totally happen in the next couple of weeks. Alright, so that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this won't be my last pregnancy update and I will be able to see you guys again in my next one. I am praying I make it to 37 weeks. This baby feels like it's gonna come any minute, but I am not ready. You know what's interesting though, because I could be a little bit off my due date. Originally, I thought my due date was the 21st of April, but then after the first ultrasound, it got bumped back to the 27th. And then at the second ultrasound, they said I was measuring about a week ahead. So I could possibly be a week further along than they say I am, but it's impossible to know. As long as I make it to my next doctor's appointment, I'll be able to breathe a sigh of relief. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment your predictions down below. And if you want to be as up to date as possible about the birth and labor and everything, please go follow me over on Instagram. That is where I'm going to be announcing the birth of the baby first. So if you just want to be as up to date as possible, you want to see a bunch of bump photos and cute baby photos, go follow me over there. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.